This week on Charger Bulletin News.
In the spring of 2020, students studying abroad at the Prado campus were sent home because of COVID-19. Since then, the Prado campus and international trips have been canceled. So what is the future of the study abroad program? Find out more on Charger Bulletin News.
A statement from President Stephen Kaplan.
I'm hanging out outside of Hazelnut Cafe, one of the many places to get a bite to eat on campus. But unfortunately, it's been shut down for about a year now, and I was wondering if it's ever going to come back. I've got the story on Charger Bulletin News.
And a peek at the Black Alumni Network, right here on Charger Bulletin News. Happy St. Patrick's Day and welcome to Charger Bulletin News. I'm Neva Bostic.
And I'm Kayla Muchler. Let's dive into this week's stories. On Monday, President Kaplan released a statement regarding the fall 2021 semester and the future of the University of New Haven. In the email, Kaplan states, "Our hope and expectation is that by the start of the fall 2021 semester in August, the impact of the pandemic will be significantly reduced. While we cannot make any promises at this time, we are looking forward to be able to return to many of our pre-pandemic norms in terms of class formats, student life, and other staples of the University of New Haven experience. The university anticipates changing the following policies if the number of COVID-19 cases is low and controlled, and if the university community attains an 85% level of natural or acquired COVID-19 immunity before July 1st. The policies are: reduced physical distancing in classrooms, more in-person classes with a larger selection of online classes, visitors and guests to be allowed on campus and in residence halls, dining halls operating at full capacity, student clubs, in-person programming, and informal gatherings with fewer restrictions on meeting size and physical distancing, and intercollegiate varsity competitions to take place with outside fans. Intramural activities, club sports, and in-person wellness programs would also resume. For all of this to happen, all members of the university community are strongly encouraged to get vaccinated when they become eligible. The university will continue to update policies for the fall 2021 semester at www.newhaven.edu/fall 2021.
The Study Abroad program, based in Prato, Italy, has been a popular student attraction. But when the pandemic hit, the program had no choice but to come to a halt. Beth Beaudry reports on the future of study abroad.
The Prato, Italy campus may be closed, but the study abroad office is as lively as ever. Currently, the dean of the Prato campus, Kevin Murphy, and other faculty are virtually teaching the classes that they normally would in Italy. Murphy said that he pre-records his lectures in the museums and sites that would have previously been school trips. While it is not the same, he is using his online reach to promote the study abroad program. And since the pandemic, promoting the program has been the main focus of the faculty. The staff are converting previous info sessions to be digital and are trying to keep the study abroad social media accounts and webpage active. Their hope is that by the time it is safe to travel again, students will be lined up to go. They would like to have 100 students come to Prato once it reopens.
I'm trying to convince as many of those 40 students, the ones who are young enough anyway, to think about coming to Prato when we reopen. I think the need to travel, the need to go abroad, the need to experience new things is I think, huge right now.
The study abroad faculty are asking students to inform them if they have interest in going abroad once it is safe to travel.
Again, Kevin and I, we will be working tirelessly on submitting necessary plans to reopen and do whatever needs to be done to open the campus. But ultimately, we want to have students' voices that they really want to go back.
As for the students who were sent home last spring, some are still waiting to see if it will be possible for them to return to Prato before they graduate. This depends on how soon travel will be permitted and what courses will be offered.
I think it's because I'm a psychology major, so as of now, obviously, we don't know if they're going to be even able to have kids go back in the future, but I know I wouldn't be able to go back because the courses probably wouldn't be offered.
While the future of the pandemic and travel is uncertain, the university faculty are eager to have students abroad again. For Charger Bulletin News, I'm Beth Beaudry.
The recent shooting in Georgia is only one example of harassment the Asian American and Pacific Islander community face. Dean of Students Ophelia Rowe Allen and Myatt Center Director Carrie Robinson released a statement speaking out against the act of hate, racism, discrimination, and bigotry. To stand in solidarity, the Myatt Center for Diversity and Inclusion and the Dean of Students Office will be hosting a discussion as part of the Courageous Conversations series. This meeting will focus on the rise of anti-Asian violence. The meeting will take place on Thursday, March 25th at 12 p.m. via Zoom. Check your student email for the Zoom link.
The university remains in yellow status while cases slowly decline. The number of positive cases has decreased by 2 since last week. The quarantine number increased by 39 students. This number may fluctuate due to contact tracing. 38 students remain in isolation, including those who elect to stay in university-sponsored isolation housing. The COVID task force reminds all students, faculty, and staff to wear a mask, wash hands often, and maintain social distancing while on campus.
The semester is going by quickly, and you might find yourself needing to get back on track with your classwork. There's a resource on campus you can utilize to do so. Here is Kristen Marcus with more.
Midterms are coming to an end. Students are hoping to bolster their grade, and here is where they can get help. The Center for Student Success is located in Maxey Hall, and here they offer academic advising to help students develop skills and strategies like time management and goal setting to overcome academic challenges. They too provide assistance with major and minor exploration, preparing for class registration, and designing personal and academic goals for success. You can book an appointment through Navigate, which can be found on My Charger. For Charger Bulletin News, I'm Kristen Marcus.
It's time for entertainment. Emily is back with the latest news in pop culture.
Thanks, Kayla. Last week, MGM announced that Michael B. Jordan will make his directorial debut with the next Creed movie, Creed 3. In a statement, Jordan said, "Directing has always been an inspiration, but the timing had to be right. Creed 3 is that moment." He continued saying that along with learning from the greats like Ryan Coogler, Denzel Washington, he is ready to step into the role of director. Tessa Thompson and Felicia Rashad are expected to return to the franchise. Creed 3 will release in theaters November 23rd, 2022. And yesterday, Avengers Endgame directors Joe and Anthony Russo posted to social media that filming for their next movie, The Gray Man, has officially begun. The Gray Man is based off the 2009 novel by Mark Greaney. The film features an all-star cast with Ryan Gosling playing the lead, Court Gentry, Chris Evans playing the villain, Lloyd Hansen, as well as Ana de Armas, Billy Bob Thornton, and Regé John Page. The action thriller is being filmed for Netflix and is produced by the Russo brothers production company, Agbo. This is Netflix's most financially ambitious film with the budget set at $200 million. Joe Russo stated that the intention for the film is to have it compete with any theatrical and to create a franchise that they can build a whole universe out of. The release date has yet to be established. On Sunday, the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards were broadcast live on TV network CBS and newly released streaming service Paramount+. The show was hosted by comedian and host of Comedy Central's The Daily Show, Trevor Noah, who brought a much-needed enthusiasm to the socially distanced ceremony, in addition to performances from artists such as Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa, and Beyoncé, all artists who were able to take home their much-deserved awards. Singer-songwriter Beyoncé currently has a total of 28 Grammy wins under her belt, making her the most awarded and nominated artist in Grammy history. While the show's seemingly successful, it also wasn't without controversy. Prior to the show's airing, singer-songwriter The Weeknd boycotted the ceremony, going forward due to his growing suspicion of the Grammys' voting practices. Singer John Mayer also performed under scrutiny after problematic comments were uncovered from a Playboy interview he did back in 2010. The show's ratings fell 51% in total, viewers from 18.7 million and 58% in the 18 to 49 demographic. Both figures were all-time lows for the award show and down sharply from last year's broadcast. I'm Emily, and that's it for entertainment.
The Broadway shutdown has caused theatergoers everywhere to mourn the loss of their favorite plays and musicals. This Friday, the Charger Pride Committee is hosting a Night on Broadway special. Tune in with host Steve Macchiarolo and see performances from your favorite Broadway shows, including Hamilton, Wicked, The Lion King, Les Miserables, and more. The special will be streamed virtually at 8 p.m. Keep an eye out for more information, including the link to tune in. You won't want to miss this magical night. Take a walk through Maxey Hall and you'll see the unlit sign for Hazelnut Cafe. Have you ever wondered what happened to it? Kayla Mutchler has the story.
The once bustling Hazelnut Cafe, located right here in the heart of Maxey Hall, used to be filled with hospitality and tourism students who would use the service as a real-life look into the food service industry. With pizza ovens, pastry counters, coffee machines, and more, it truly feels like a real cafe. Students used to love their $1 coffees, their pizzas, panini, and more. But unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the place has been shut down for nearly a year. Students outside of the program are left to wonder, will it ever return? The program has shifted its focus directly to the classroom, preparing students for the day the cafe reopens. Ken Martin, an adjunct professor, is teaching the cafe planning and development course.
I think they're benefiting from this exercise of sort of, business planning and what do we want the cafe to be? I mean, it exists, so there's a great foundation there, but how do we shape it?
And yes, there is hope for the cafe returning in the fall. On March 15th, University President Stephen Kaplan announced to the university community that we may be going back to normalcy come fall of 2021. So maybe that means the reopening of Hazelnut Cafe too.
I think we're very excited for it to be open in the fall of 2021. That's the goal. I mean, obviously we don't have a crystal ball, but I think that's the goal we're working towards.
I don't know about you, Neva, but I sure am looking forward to one of their $1 coffees this fall.
Me too, Kayla.
Sodexo Dining Services and the university welcome Samantha Zajac, the newest member to the Charger community. The registered dietitian will act as a resource for students and faculty to provide nutrition, health, and wellness guidance. Students can schedule an appointment with Zajac regarding general nutrition information, residential dining inquiries, and special dietary accommodation and food allergies. Appointments can be booked through Navigate under the Student Services tab. Her office is also located in Bartels Hall on the lower level in the marketplace. Zajac is very passionate about applying clinical knowledge to the food service applications and motivating students regarding health outcomes and food choices. We welcome her to the Charger community. And now it's been an exciting week in sports. Let's head to Joe with sports. Any news?
Thanks, Kayla. The ladies on the lacrosse team opened up their season on Saturday, showing why they're 15th in the nation, with a 17-7 victory over AIC. Emily Holland led the way with 6 goals. The day was set when All-American defender Raven Linton broke the program record for most draw controls. She needed only 7 and notched 11, bringing her career total to 276 and climbing on the season. The previous record was 272, set by Catherine Campbell in 2012. The ladies will play again on Saturday against Lemoyne starting at 1 p.m. Softball came out of the gate hot with a pair of wins last Saturday against Stonehill. In the first game, it was junior pitcher Maya Iodice who set the note with a complete game, striking out 6 on the game. Natalie Simpson stole 3 bases on the way to a 4-1 win. In the second game, the bats came alive and never stopped. After giving up 2 runs in the first, freshman Ashley Valles came up clutch with a 2-run triple. The runs kept coming each inning for the Chargers on their way to a 10-2 victory in only 6 innings. The ladies are back on the diamond Sunday when they face off against St. Anselm with first pitch at 1. Tennis traveled to St. Thomas Aquinas on Saturday. The Chargers dropped the match, losing 7-0, but it was not all bad. The doubles pairing of Ivana Andrick and Stephanie Gonzalez won their match, but it was just not enough. The Chargers play again on Sunday when they take on Bentley. And finally, after waiting this long, it's finally the baseball team's turn to play. After a canceled scrimmage last weekend, the Chargers face off against Pace on Saturday to finally open up their season. First pitch will be at 12. If you can't make it up to North this weekend, go out and support all the teams playing. And if you can't, just tune in on Charger Sports Live to watch the games. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Now let's see David's weekly esports update.
What's going on, Chargers fans? I'm David Pendleton, host of your esports segment here. We got a lot of great highlights again this week from Overwatch, Valorant, and Call of Duty. And I can't wait to present those to you guys. But in a moment, I do want to take a second here to actually discuss with you guys something of significance. This past weekend, 100 Thieves took on Sentinels. Those 2 organizations are top-tier organizations in the United States and highly regarded around the world. And they took them on in a game called Valorant. How convenient. It's something that we actually feature and play here at this university. And the amazing thing about it is the game's only a year old. So the significance of it is, with it being only a year old, 300,000 viewers watched it on Twitch this weekend. So that's incredible because it's other games, right? Overwatch, Counter-Strike Go, that Valorant is actually mirrored after. Those games can, pull a viewership of an average of 50,000 to 150,000. So for Valorant to come in and actually steal that viewership, not only away from those two games, but even propel it to new heights, that's an exciting time for not just Valorant, but esports in general, to let people know that this viewership, over a third of a million people watching, that's exciting. And now I would like to present you guys with our highlights for the week. Our first highlight is of our Valorant team's Omen player, Tanner Brown, who slays under the name Snow as he heads up the stairs to find 3 opposing members of the University of Rochester. He takes each one of them down with ease as he puts his team in position of continued dominance. Awesome work, Tanner. The Valorant team wasn't finished, though. With this school still reeling against them on the second map, Sam Hurley Sanchez, aka Shirley Temple, clutches a pivotal round for the team as they would build momentum from here, and eventually they would take the match 2-0 against Rochester. Incredible stuff, Sam. We move to Overwatch as Steven Baviello, aka Halen, and the captain of the team, Thomas Chung, going by Sunday, work together to wipe out the University of Pittsburgh in one fell swoop as they perfectly time a combo of ultimates together. They didn't do this just once, they did it twice. And they took both maps and the match. Great job, guys. Alright, guys. Our final highlight of the day features the always unpredictable Borei Petrov Rims, aka Beeper, as the team squares off against NJIT. His lockdown on this portion of the map was crucial because his elimination spree allowed his team to get streaks for the next hills to come, as capturing each of these hills builds up points in order for them to take the map, which they ended up doing 250 to 244. Awesome job, Borei. Alright, and that does it for our esports segment this week, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I'm David Pendleton, Charger Bulletin News.
The University of New Haven is seeking nominations for the annual Faculty Excellence Awards. This is your chance to express gratitude to a faculty member who you feel provides meaningful learning opportunities. There are several categories a faculty member can be nominated for. However, nominations will be reviewed based on activities from fall 2019 through spring 2021. A committee will review the materials and select the honorees for the Faculty Awards event in May. Each award carries a cash prize along with a commemorative certificate presented at the event. To nominate a faculty member for Excellence in Teaching Award, our Experiential Education Award, check your student email for the form and email it to the Office of the Provost at newhaven.edu. All nominations must be submitted by March 22nd.
The new Bergamy Center for Science, Technology, and Innovation is finally open. But what many don't know is how science influenced the building's design. Beth Beedry has the story.
The Bergamy Center for Science, Technology, and Innovation was opened in August of 2020, but the process of designing this $35 million building actually began in 2015. The university partnered with Spiegel & Partners to determine the needs of the building and the design. The new building includes new classrooms and study spaces, as well as a communication studio, an esports stable, a makerspace, and more. What makes this building stand out on campus is its modern and technological theme. According to Caitlin Chapman, Associate Architect at Spiegel & Partners, the visual design of the building was meant to reflect the process of design and science, describing it as being on a track with one idea but then changing to another.
So we knew this building was going to be innovative, it was going to be technology based, and also encompass science. So we thought about those kind of 3 bigger global themes. And we thought about, like, in any of that, how does that start?
Chapin said that this design concept can also be seen in some of the artwork or wall decor, such as the print by the stairwell. As she describes it, you can see lines emerge into 2D shapes, then 3D shapes, until finally the 3D shapes can be seen flying near the ceiling. This building was built to offer resources that will help students to create more, and the design of the building reflects this. With how many new opportunities this building provides students, we are excited to see what work comes out of it in the future.
Do you want to give a student address during commencement? Here's your chance to use your voice. Members of the class of 2021 are welcome to apply as a student speaker for the spring commencement. Both undergraduate and graduate students will be selected for both ceremonies. Find the link to apply on the commencement page on MyCharger. Applications are due by Friday, March 26th. With recent guidance from the state of Connecticut, the university is expecting to host an in-person graduation ceremony on March 17th.
A new alumnus group has recently been added to campus. The Black Alumni Network was created as another resource to bring a sense of community to new graduates. Dashana Andrews has more.
At the University of New Haven, alumni try to be very involved in their campus community. Joining the alumnus groups on campus is the Black Alumni Network, with their goals to not only be a resource to current students, but also cultivate a community for the recent graduates.
The university staff from departments like the Myatt Center are integral parts of the network. While they have many goals as a group, one of them is to be another resource to current students.
Support as far as getting them in touch with potential employers or, important members of the community, so the students, when they graduate, have, the necessary resources that they need to succeed beyond what the university's provided them.
Looking forward to providing a network that is inclusive, the Black Alumni Network is made up of many different underrepresented groups on campus.
A solid job at outreaching to a variety of just underrepresented populations in general. And so, it's the Black Alumni Network, yes, because the people who brought this together, they're Black or African American. But those people also have direct ties to the Latin American community, the LGBTQ+ community.
To stay up to date with the Black Alumni Network, they have a page on the Alumni tab on MyCharger. They also have a LinkedIn account and an Instagram account.
Graduating from the University of New Haven does not mean that you can no longer be a part of your campus community. To find out more information on Instagram, you can follow them at UNewHavenBand. For Charger Bulletin News, I'm Deshnae Andrews.
Living on campus does not come with a driveway like at home. The university's parking program has strict regulations for residents that want to park on campus. Alex Severo has more about how students feel about these parking rules.
2 milestones that every student looks forward to in their lives is getting their license and going to college. But what about parking on your college campus? Here at the University of New Haven, parking is always a topic of conversation.
The University of New Haven currently charges its residential students $200 to buy a valid parking permit. All persons who will be parking a vehicle on property owned or controlled by the university are required to display this valid permit. Vehicles that do not display a valid parking permit will be ticketed and may be towed. Students are only allowed to park in the lots designated by their parking permits Monday through Friday, and this sparks a lot of conversation among the residents regarding fairness and accessibility.
As a senior, I applied to have a red parking pass, a senior parking pass in the lot near Westside, and I was denied because when I had applied, they had already given juniors and rising seniors the opportunity to upgrade their passes to the red passes from yellow, so now I have to park at North Campus even though I'm a senior by credits. Overall, they should reassess the parking at UNH to make it a little bit more fair for those who pay to live here and pay to park here. They should make it a lot more accommodating for us.
While having a car on campus is a privilege, it may also just be a hassle. From Charger Bulletin News, I'm Alex Severo.
Thanks, Alex. You can find detailed information about the university's parking program and regulations on MyCharger.
The deadline is here. Don't forget to complete your room selection process for the 2021-2022 academic year. To be eligible for future residential housing, you must complete your housing application on My Housing, resolve any balances with the one-stop office, and submit your room deposit through ePay. All 3 steps must be completed by March 19th. Once you finish these steps, start to think about your roommates and housing assignments for the upcoming academic year.
Well, that's all the time we have left for this week.
You can check out the latest edition of the Charger Bulletin newspaper on chargerbulletin.com and on newsstands around campus.
Stay up to date by following us on social media at Charger Bulletin. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Neva Bostic.
And I'm Kayla Muchler. We'll see you next time on Charger Bulletin News.